Hey guys, I am BlackOpsAmazing. Welcome back to another zombies video on the channel where today I have something really interesting that I want to talk about. I've been thinking about this for a few days now, and it's something that we still don't understand in the zombies storyline. It's something that was never included in the timeline that Treyarch gave us, and this is something I think is going to be a mystery in zombies for a very long time. For now, the only thing we can really do is speculate and try and get a good idea to what's truly going on. And what I'm talking about is the Ascension poster, or more importantly, what Richtofen was really doing in Ascension. Now, we've had this poster for a very long time, for about 6 years now, but the biggest mystery has always been, who is this person in this poster? You can see in the front we have Dempsey, then Takeo, then Nikolai, and then on the left there we have a bald character. Now, to make up our original set of characters, it would have had to have been Richtofen. It would have only really have made sense for this character to have been Richtofen, but clearly it doesn't look like him. So there was so much speculation around the community as to who this truly was, and now in a new radio we find in Zombies Chronicles, Dr. Monty reveals that this person is in fact GERSH, and he actually says that GERSH was fighting alongside our characters for a little while.
Ascension, the Russian cosmodrome. I know Nikolai can be a bit down on Soviet technology, but the Ruskies really pulled one out of the bag that time. The Ascension group built a bloody great rocket. It actually worked a treat too. You remember Gersh, bald guy? He fought alongside you for a while. I think Richthofen was off somewhere at the time. Anyway, Gersh ran into a little bit of dimensional distortion. Honestly, why do you insist in meddling with stuff you don't understand? Of course, all their experiments just stirred the reality soup even more. You ended up fighting monkeys. Space monkeys at that. As I'm sure you know, monkeys are thieving little bastards. Give them half a chance and they'll nick anything that isn't nailed down. So, in answer to a question Richthofen once asked, I don't love a monkey.
He said, do you remember GERSH, the bald guy? He worked alongside you for a while. I think Richtofen was off somewhere at the time. Anyway, GERSH ran into a little bit of dimensional distortion. Honestly, why do you insist in meddling with stuff you don't understand? So you can see that Dr. Monty reveals that this person in this poster is in fact GERSH, and he was fighting alongside our characters for a little while. Now at this time, Richtofen was off somewhere else. We don't know where, but Richtofen was gone, and whilst he was gone, Dr. GERSH almost took his place and was fighting alongside Takeo, Nikolai and Dempsey. Now that's all fine and okay, but the big question is, where exactly did Richtofen go? Because in the original version of Ascension, we see he is back, we play as Richtofen, but he isn't in his normal clothes. He isn't wearing his usual Dr. Richtofen outfit, in fact he's wearing this. And Richtofen is the only character to be wearing different clothes than what they usually wear. As you can see, Takeo, Nikolai and Dempsey are wearing their normal outfits, whilst Richtofen is wearing this. It's interesting. Now, what exactly this is, some people have said it's a spacesuit. To me, if you look at it, the way it's got a hood at the back, and then you've got straps around your shoulders, the way the gloves are, how long they are, you can see there's kind of a belt. It looks a lot like a hazmat suit. If you look at one of the hazmat suits in the Black Ops campaign, you can see it's pretty much identical. The way that the hood comes over the head on Richtofen's, he's got his hood down, he's got them same long gloves on, the same belt, it's the same colour. So it looks like Richtofen could be wearing a hazmat suit. Some people have said that this could be a spacesuit, which again would make sense. But either way, this is the only clue we have as to where Richtofen would have been. Dr. Monty told us that whilst Dr. GERSH was fighting with our crew, Richtofen was off somewhere else, doing something, and this is the only clue that we have. Whatever he was doing, wherever he was, it required him to have a hazmat suit or a spacesuit. Was he in space? Actually, if we come back to the Ascension poster and look at Dr. GERSH, you can see that he's wearing the exact same outfit as Richtofen. And this is one of the reasons why a lot of people originally thought that this person in the poster is Richthofen because he's wearing the same clothes that Richthofen wears in the original Ascension. Now we know that it's Dr. Gersh, and Dr. Gersh is wearing the exact same outfit as Richthofen. What exactly were these two up to? If Gersh and Richthofen are wearing the same outfit, they must have been doing something. I'm kind of thinking that the story went a bit like this. Dr. Gersh and Richthofen ended up meeting up. Gersh needed to do something, but for whatever reason he couldn't do it, and so Richthofen says, I'll go and do it for you. Dr. Gersh gives him the suit to do whatever he needs to do, and in return, whilst Richthofen's gone, Dr. Gersh says he will take Richthofen's place and fight alongside the crew until he returns. But that still doesn't answer the question as to when exactly did our characters even get the chance to meet Gersh, because as we know, whilst they were on their quest to survival, whilst they were at Kino der Toten, they found a lunar lander, got on it, and flew over to Ascension. And then from Ascension, they found Gersh trapped in the Casimir mechanism and they freed him. Nowhere in that timeline that Treyarch gave us does it mention anything about Gersh meeting our characters, and it doesn't say that Richthofen was on a quest somewhere else. But clearly he was, and that timeline doesn't include everything that goes down in our zombie storyline. There are still little bits and pieces missing. I'm guessing that we're never really going to know where Richthofen went. I'm thinking maybe when they jumped on that lunar lander at Kino der Toten, it first took them to another stop where they met Gersh, and then from there, Gersh told them that he needs help. Richthofen volunteers, he went to do whatever mission Gersh wanted. He took the suit because that's what he needed for the job, and then when he returned, obviously Richthofen didn't have time to change, and they took that lunar lander then to the Ascension base. That's the only thing I can see happening, but again, we don't know, it's all a mystery. We have Richthofen in the same suit as Gersh, they meet up, clearly they fight, or well, Gersh fights alongside the crew whilst Richthofen goes and does something else, and then Richthofen returns and they go to Ascension where Gersh is trapped. The only other problem I have with that is the fact that when we get to Ascension, Gersh says, please help me, I'm trapped in the Casimir mechanism, but if he's been fighting alongside our characters, wouldn't he know them? In Ascension, when we play, Gersh doesn't mention our characters by name. He doesn't seem to know who they are. A lot of things really aren't adding up here. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section below. Where do you think Richthofen went? And what is he wearing? It looks like the same equipment that Gersh wears. Is it a hazmat suit? Is it a space suit? Let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. Hopefully you've enjoyed the video, hopefully you found it interesting. A like rating would mean an awful lot to me. Make sure you are subscribed, and of course I will see you all in the next video. Thank you for watching, and until next time, goodbye.